Alright, morning of the next phase. As I said before, man, am I happy to move on. So I'm going to clean up all of these roots, and take some measurements, and then I am going to be putting in a foundation point in the middle of the room here, and in the middle of the room there, and then on the side of the chimney. And then in this room, on this side of the chimney, and then the middle of the room here. And those need to be dug down 24 inches and be 1.5 by 1.5 feet square. So, clean this out, dig those holes, start working up the wooden frames. We'll see if I can get that done today. That would be a nice point to stop at, and then I can get concrete in a mixer later this week. So let's get to it. All right, good morning. Good morning. Well, it's time to move on to the next step, which is concrete. So, since my last video, I have dug out holes for these new footers in the center of the house, and I've gotten several people to come out and give me some quotes for putting concrete block around the edge of the house. So currently I'm going to be pouring concrete down in here to get the footers in the center going, hardened off, and then I'll be able to start putting in the center beam and the floor joists, put those back in. I have dug one in the center of every room, here, back there, and then on the either side of the chimney, just because I'm not sure that I could have just anchored into the chimney. I don't know what the rules are about that. It seemed a little, I think it would have worked just fine, but it seemed a little sketch. So So I put one on either side of the chimney just to catch the end of the beam. Probably overkill, but I mean, let's be honest, this entire thing is overkill. Look at these things. Like, some people might be asking, why make a concrete pillar that tall when you could just put a pad in the ground and then concrete block? Yes, I agree. I don't know why. I mean, one, I kind of want it to resemble the other things here, but honestly, that's a silly reason. I don't know. I don't know, hate myself and want to do things the hard way. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but now that I'm halfway through it, I don't want to change it. So, anyway, I have borrowed a mixer from a buddy of mine. My neighbor has kindly allowed me to hook up the water to his house since I don't have water set up here right now. And I just arrived with the concrete. So I am actually kind of glad I did all of that digging, because it really kind of broke through the soreness that comes from the first time of doing a bunch of labor after a long time, because picking these bags up and bringing them in here is going to suck. I have a dolly, so I'll probably do that. But, you know, I'm backed up to the porch, as little distance as possible to carry them in. I'll put them in the mixer and then hopefully just pour it right down into the footer until it's up to where it's level with the other footers. Then I'll move on to this one, and then I'll move the mixer over to that space and keep going down. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I have done concrete before, but I just don't remember, and it was not me alone last time, so so this will be interesting. We'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna try maybe 2 bags a go. There is a maximum limit of this thing, and 2 bags sits well underneath that, but 3 gets a little close, I think. So 2 bags, and hopefully this doesn't take forever, but I am resigned to say that my goal is to get these in by the end of the week. I'm not gonna really push it, but hey, if it goes a lot faster, that'd be awesome. So I'm gonna set the camera up over here, do a little footage of it, maybe some time lapse. So I mean, get going, see if I can at least get 1, maybe 2 of these done today. That'd be nice, because I've already wasted a lot of, well, not really wasted, spent a lot of time this morning getting all the concrete over here, more than I expected. It's always more than you expect. So, all right, here we go. All right, first one finished. Right up to the mark. That puts it probably within about 1/4 of an inch, the same height as that. I can always notch out the boards a little bit to make it level, but there you go. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like maybe 10 bags of concrete. 10, yeah, I count 10. Of course, maybe I'm could be 9. And just a little bit over an hour, maybe not quite an hour. That was really good. That went a lot better than I thought. So I think I could, very least, I could get this one done, and the mixer over into that side, possibly even this one and that one done, which would be nice. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna get a drink and get reset up and move on to the next one. really done flooring before. I've never really paid attention as to what importance these little cross supports provide, but you know, these spans are not even 7 feet, and yet these boards just kind of wave and bow, and so it's like this should go in there perfectly, but I got like a 1/4 inch gap, so yeah, it just forces everything into alignment on the 16th center. I see their value now. I was just doing it because I've seen it before. Plus I wanted to give it all rigid up, so if there's any bounce, you know, that load is shared across all of the beams. So yeah, just kind of fascinating. I've just never really paid attention before as to how important those are. So, yeah, so on this half of the room, you know, I've got the floor joists in, I got the cross bracing in over here just to make it all rigid, and I brought a piece of this subfloor back in because, you know, recall this was my test area because, you know, 2x6s just seemed a little small. I mean, the math on the code book says that that would be fine for the, you know, the floor deflection that what you typically see in buildings. But, you know, it was 2x8s, but it also spanned the entire room as 2x8. So I wanted to put this in just to see what the bounce felt like, and honestly, it's pretty good. I don't feel any. I mean, the board itself isn't tacked down, but like the room doesn't seem to be bouncing around a lot. You know, I got the center beam in now, which you know, sits on these pillars every 7 feet. Short spans, cross bracing, it's just all holding together really well. I'm very pleased with that. And that means that I should be able to move forward with just 2x6s across as the floor joists. You know, that saves a little bit of money. I don't need to go 2x8s. It's quite nice. So, yeah, I'm going to keep going with the floor joists, the cross braces. I have contracted with a pest company to come out and deal with the termites. They're going to treat all around the perimeter. They're going to treat the crawl space. Contracted with a concrete company to come out and build me concrete blocks starting between the pillars all the way around the house. So that's all happening within the next 2 weeks. So that's nice. That's a lot. Once they get the crawl space treated, I've got some plastic that I'm going to lay down on this half, and then the concrete block. You know, it'll go around soon, and then I'll be able to, you know, tuck that plastic right up against the edge. You know, things are moving. I knew things were going to start speeding up once I finally got past the stage of, you know, replacing dead wood and lifting and digging. But yeah, I'm just really pleased with how they're moving now. So, very exciting. But yeah, you know, just gotta keep rolling and get this half the house done, and then it's same on that half the house. I don't know if I mentioned, yeah, I probably did. You know, I'm off work now for a little bit, so I'm trying to get as much done as possible before I go back to work. So, you know, with any luck, I can hopefully get the other half of the house, you know, termite wood replaced, floor just like this one, you know, if it's needed, probably is, replaced. And that way I'm dealing with just a solid structure from the floor down at that point in time, and then going up, it'll just be a little bit easier. So, yeah, we get the rest of this in. I'll probably tear out the remainder of these interior walls that are not going to be needed. And, yeah, just really kind of excited. So, yeah, super happy with progress. I'm going to get the cross bracing put on this half of the room. And then I'm going to use the remainder of the 2x6s that I have to keep going on into the next room. My truck is broken down currently, so I've got to figure out how to get some more treated 2x6s here while I'm waiting on my truck to get repaired. So, you know,